Jeff is back again. Hope you're all well. Yeah, wish I wasn't reading the news anymore, but yeah, I'm just getting so angry watching the news these days. Anyway, well, I did have some good news though. So the visa process is moving forward again, but who knows how long that'll take because everything seems to be sabotaged these days. But yeah, everything else is going. So it looks like we might have to hurry up a little bit with some of these home repairs. So good and bad. Well, anyway, don't have a massive stack this week, so I'll just show you what I got. So this is just stuff been listening to over the last week. From conversations with a couple people, I'm realizing I do have quite the stack of stuff I haven't listened to between CDs and vinyl. I probably have a couple hundred or so I haven't listened to. So might give, I don't know. I love digging as a good stress relief for me. So I don't know. I might hold off on that for a little bit and just order up some of the essential albums I need for my complete my top 100 on vinyl or whatever. Yeah, I was watching. If you haven't checked it out, I watched last night. There's a great Brainiac documentary. I think it was on Amazon Prime. Those Brainiac. It's a really good documentary, and yeah. Then I realized like, oh man, I got rid of all my CDs. I went on eBay, and they're like, all the CDs are like 70, $80. So I'm like, I should have kept them. I can stream them, but yeah, I'll probably pick up the Touch and Go stuff. I think there was a record store day release of their EP, so yeah, I might pick those up. But I think the next few months before my wife appears, I need to just hurry up and get some of the essential albums that I'm still missing. I don't have on physical media anymore. Because yeah, once the wife's here, I think she might get upset if I order too much, especially when we have like half the house is not furnished. Anyway, here's some stuff I was listening to going backwards, so it's all fresh in the mind. Towards the end of the stack, not so much. Wes Montgomery, Road Song. So this is his final album. I believe it was completed just before he died, if I'm to believe the liner notes. So, yeah, beautiful artwork. It's a Gatefold. This is a Japanese pressing I picked up on the super cheap. Got a little like mildewy stuff in there. So, yeah, if I was anal like Dan, you gotta get your erasers and just throw dots and loops on them, man. Dots and loops erasers. So if you do that, you need to mail me one. But yeah. So awesome album. So this is more like a big bandy Wes Montgomery. He's of course he's the jazz guitarist, but this one he's also got Herbie Hancock on piano and Hank Jones on piano, and lots of harpsichord on this one. It was that trendy harpsichord period. So this was on CTI actually, and it was produced by Cecil Creed, or not Cecil Creed, Creed Taylor. Sorry. Where did you get Cecil from? Yeah, it's good. Pretty full. Ray Barretto's on percussion too, and Jack Jennings. Yeah, it's got some heavy hitters on there. But yeah, this is it's a big band, so it's got a really great sound to it. So these go for fairly cheap. So if you see one, I wouldn't go way out of my way to obtain this. But if you're like me, like if you shop on Discogs and he's like, oh, they also have such and such. And this is why my Discogs want list is so large, because like even stuff I kind of want, I throw on that list, and then it's like if it's cheap, especially, because if I'm placing an order and they so happen to have that, I'm like, oh, I'll pick that up too for $5. But yeah, this is one of those albums. If you see it, pick it up. But don't overpay for it. But yeah, there he is. Here's the man. It's a Road Song. This Wes Montgomery. It's mostly covers, but it's quite good. These guys' version of Greensleeves on here, Fly Me to the Moon, quite good. He has covers McCartney songs, I believe. Yesterday and I'll Be Back. Cover of Scarborough Fair. Yeah, it's just a really solid album all around. So yeah, highly recommend that. But yeah, again, I wouldn't go way out of my way to get it because it's common enough. You'll see it eventually. Yeah, this one's killer. Sorry, Lake Sleeves, Hate These Damn Things. So this is Joe Yamanaka. Did I say it right? Yeah, Yamanaka. So there he is in Japanese. So yep. So it's called New World, or Brave New World, or New World. I think it's just called The New World in English. The New World. To the New World in English. Okay. So he was the singer from the Flower Traveling Band. So this one's the last track's very psych, but for everything else on here is definitely falls in the prog vein. And this is a really good album if you see it. And if you don't see, yeah, it might be. It doesn't go for a ton of money. You can probably pick it up like Discogs, like 25-ish. So for prog fans, it probably is worth picking up. I'm sure you could stream it somewhere to check out, maybe on YouTube. But yeah, awesome one. The final track's very sitar heavy, so it's a bit more psych, but the rest of it's very proggy. So it's not a gatefold or anything, but and it is all English lyrics. So there he is, and then it's got the lyrics in English, and then it's got the Japanese translations. So, but he does sing in English. Yeah, I can't remember where I read it before, but yeah, apparently, like, I think when he was recording some of his solo stuff, people were surprised that he spoke Japanese, because I guess he uses English all the time, or used English. I don't know if he's still around, but yeah, apparently he used English all the time, so people were just kind of shocked he actually spoke Japanese. Yeah, this one was like a cheapo pickup when I was doing the crate digs a couple weeks ago, at the Antique Mall. So Thomas Dolby. This, I believe, is his second full album. So I think he had one full album before this, then the EP that had Blinded Me with Science, and then this one. So it probably get lumped into the, what do you call it now? Not New Age. Not No Wave. New Wave. Yeah. It's got some kind of like, yeah, definitely kind of that Brian Eno kind of influence on this one. But yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, this is actually a really good album. I was surprised. Yeah, I was like, I took a chance for a buck because like some people mentioned Thomas Dolby as being good on the VC, so I was like, yeah, whatever, for a buck, I'll give it a listen. So it was a really clean copy. This thing's like near mint. I was very happy with this, so I'm gonna try to hunt down his the two albums before this if I can. I think his first one's the most highly regarded, but this is the Flat Earth. It comes with, you know, lyrics and whatever words in artwork. So quite pleasantly pleased with this one. So I'm definitely going to be giving this a lot more spins. It's really good. So it's a solid 4-star plus, 4.5. Yeah, and this one was that part of that Black Flag haul I had. So Jimmy Cliff. Yeah, it was okay. I really like some of his singles, but yeah, it's reggae light. It's reggae for the masses is what I only listened to the first half. I'll listen to the rest. It's background music. Wouldn't go out of my way for this one. But yeah, Jimmy Cliff. It's not bad, but I don't know. I have to listen to the whole thing. The Orb. Or Orb? I don't know. Do they go by the? I guess it's just Orb. There's too many Orb names. ORB. It's spelled differently everywhere. So the space between... I think I saw Andrew show this like a year or two ago. So I remember I picked it up right after he showed it. So kind of garagey if you like Ty Segall. Not as good as Ty Segall, I'd say, but it's still pretty good. Again, if you see it in the bins, maybe pick it up. I wouldn't go way out of my way for it. So it comes with like it's kind of a fun poster. It's just a fold-out poster of the band. It's kind of cool. Be cool for framing actually, but not that big of a fan. But it does have a pretty cool vinyl press in there. So it's tricolor. Same on both sides, obviously. So yeah, it's pretty much kind of your average Ty Segall sounding, fuzzed out guitar, garage revival. I believe they're Australian, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's worth checking out at least. ORB. And was it called the Light Between or something? In Between the Lights? The Space Between. That was close. Yep. So again, part of that the Antique Mall haul I had. Gordon Lightfoot. So it has some of his big stuff on here. It's just a live album. This just was really clean, so I was like, I can't leave that for even if it's a few bucks. Yeah, you always find Gordon Lightfoot for like $1 or $2. So I don't know. I always pick them up. So it's growing. I got like 4 or 5 at this point. So this one, it does have a live version of it's all live, but it has got a Canadian Railroad Trilogy live, which is I guess the big one on here. Ballad of Yarmouth Castle, and yeah, some other stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. So I wouldn't hesitate picking this up. You'll find it in any bargain bin pretty much. Yeah, this one's killer. So Japanese folk, very melancholy. This was one of the ones I recommended to Mr. Finglish. He'd won my contest. So Tobimas, or whatever it's like, to fly, I guess you'd translate it. Flying to fly, I guess a fly, I guess. So Hako Yamazaki. Yamazaki being her family name. So Japanese folk from the, yeah, I think there's a 75-ish, maybe a little earlier, 70. This is actually the second pressing. So it's on Aardvark, which is still kind of a small label, but the first pressing of this had a different cover and it was a different record label. So, and then it comes with an insert with the lyrics and so on. But it's all Japanese. Japanese, so I've kind of a hard time following a lot of it, but it's, yeah, very melancholy, really, really good, like folk rock album. But yeah, I was saying, like, the first pressing has a different cover. It's a different record label. It was a very small record label, and I guess it was the demand, I'm guessing, was too much for that record label, so they licensed or went out of business. I don't know what happened, but then from then on, they all switched to Aardvark, and they're the superior pressings, even though it's the second pressing, or second version. It's a different, slightly different kind of similar look, but it is a different artwork. Still a close-up of her face, though. And yeah, that's the Obi. So that's what it looks like. But yeah, super album. I think her first 7 or so they're all really good, but like her first 7 in particular are really good. I have most of them, but yeah, next time I go back to Japan, I'll probably pick up some more. This one I picked up. They were doing was this Touch and Go, I think, or Thrill Jockey. Okay, close enough. Chicago labels. Keijo Haino and Sumac. So kind of noise rock. Double album, has some really awesome packaging. Yeah, the packaging is a little beat up, but what this was is, I guess when that Black Lives Matter thing started, they started doing like a thing where they were starting up a lawyer fund for protesters. So they were giving, I guess, the returns. They were selling, they were like $5 or more donations. So so I threw them some money. Yeah, I don't know. I think I gave them 10 or 15 or something. But anyway, there was like free shipping, and yeah, you can have some of our beat up record returns. So it plays pretty nice. It is a little minor scuffing on the record, but it's nothing that's really audible. But yeah, just the packaging was a little beat. But yeah, everything comes in the nice lined inner sleeves, and yeah, so Japanese noise artist, and I guess Sumac's from the Chicago area. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about them. But yeah, Keiji Haino, long-running noise artist from Japan. He does a lot of collaborations, and all this stuff is pretty out there. It's great stuff, though. And this one was part of that thrift store haul. So I had picked up some Brian Auger's earlier stuff because I'd streamed it, and I really liked Brian Auger. I was like, oh man, I gotta get that. And I bought a comp, but I guess it was a slightly earlier stuff. So he's a organ player. earlier stuff, yeah, just didn't grab me. I'm not probably not going to get rid of it because I just got like a best of. But yeah, this one's smoking. He's literally smoking. So, I guess Prague with organ, I guess. Has some psychedelic elements, obviously. But yeah, here's the guy in the band. So yeah, this one's quite nice. Stereo copy, really clean. I think I paid like $4 for it. I'm guessing that's what they go for. Don't know why, but it's really flexible Dynaflex. But yeah, it has the different. I don't know if that's a variation. They goofed something, but yeah, they probably printed the wrong release number on it or something. I don't know. It's got stickers all over it with the release ID or whatever, the release number. 1971 on this guy, RCA. And this was again part of that haul, same haul. Cactus, this is their second or third album, don't know. Gatefold. Yeah, cover is slightly beat, but the vinyl is actually, it plays VG Plus, or very strong VG. So I only paid a few bucks for it, so whatever. But yeah, I think it's just as good as their first album. So I'll be definitely giving this some heavy rotation in the future. Supercharger, I showed this for Mazzy, so I hadn't played this properly. So it's a live album towards the end of their life. So still in the shrink. I don't know why I bothered taking that out. But yeah, I picked this up in Japan. I don't think they don't go for that much, this particular one. I keep saying I really want to get their first album, but I think I might just suck it up and just get the CD. But yeah, Supercharged is garage revival, garage punk. It's the 90s. This is what, 92-ish, 94. I don't know. This might be slightly later. It's mid 90s-ish. But I was playing stuff off of their. It has to be later in their career because it has stuff off of Radio X and some of the singles that came out later before they broke up. But for being live, it's does it say 92? Okay, 92. Yeah, right there. Okay, so okay, I was thinking it was slightly later than that, 94 or 95. But yeah, it was definitely right before they broke up though. On that last album tour. But yeah, super good garage rock. It's definitely live. It's probably like a 2 or 4 track recording, but what doesn't really matter when it's live, does it? But yeah, super good album. It has a lot of their hits on it. Live versions, not too much banter. And then yeah, this one again I picked up a garage sale, one with the Black Flag Haul. So Parliament. This is like 80-ish. 1980. So Parliament, what's it called? Trombipulation, I guess. Got an elephant theme going on there. Here's Clinton. Yeah, got to see these guys a couple times. They're great. So yeah, it has the lyrics and whatever in there. So it's kind of definitely has a heavy disco influence on this one, but it's a really good album. I think unlike some of their earlier stuff, this one doesn't go for a ton of money, so it's worth picking up if you see it. It's a good one. Well, anyway, oh crap, I'm already at 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna cut it here, guys. Sorry for running long. I was gonna do a shorter one today. Kind of rambly and tired, I guess. Oh, and the one CD. Yeah, Blonde Redhead. I think this was their third one. Has what's his name? Justin from Unwound on it. So it sounds almost like an Unwound album. Actually, it's a really good one. It's probably my favorite Blonde Redhead, but I'm a huge Unwound fan. Yeah, awesome stuff. So Fake can be just as good, or Fake Train can be just as good if you're an Unwound fan. So take care, everyone. I'm gonna wrap it up here at 20 minutes. Take care. Sorry for the rants. And hope everyone is well.